Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Great to have you. Starting the week out together with a brand new bingo card. Should be pinned to the top of the Pat Unleashed page on Twitter. But it starts in the upper left-hand corner this week with Ick.
I think I know which segment that's going to be used today.
Then Keith.
That's crazy, Jay.
We do not tolerate blank. Lately it's been fat shaming that we do not tolerate. And I think everybody knows it. There are only two genders.
There are only two genders.
Jeffy mentions his aspirations to be Pope. Trudeau.
I will never apologize for standing up for an LGBTQ2 plus.
So tasty.
Dick Gephardt for president. KJP.
So look, the president has been very clear.
We've been very clear. Bilderberger and Whataburger. Tito, Marlon, and Jermaine get mentioned. Jeffy shares a life hack. And we got KJP again.
I cannot speak to that.
Then we have a certain je ne sais quoi, if you will. Marianne Williamson Yodel.
I'm normally way over there with Bernie and Elizabeth.
Yeah, we're going to get some more of that this campaign season.
Way over there with Bernie and Elizabeth.
I'm normally way over there with Bernie and Elizabeth.
I liked her better on the Price is Right game. Myself.
Keith.
Isolate that audio, Lance.
Unmitigated gall. Hating hate mongers who hate. The wonderful mummy voice, which is, it sounds a little something like this. In fact, sounds a lot like that. Then I mentioned beating Ted Cruz at foosball. Biden says,
I'm honest.
Keith plays a tambourine. And there it is.
There it is.
Smoking crack, drinking vodka.
Crack and drinking vodka exclusively.
Somebody momentum, usually bergamentum lately.
Oh, herd mentum, though. Don't forget that.
But now there's herd mentum. Tell you about that in a minute. Jeffy Bougie. And he's a damn handsome man. When you get a bingo, you want to be the first to call 888-900-3393 to win prize package, including, but not limited to, merchandise at patgrayshop.com. And you also receive a dozen cookies from Kexi.com. So it's pretty darn valuable, frankly. Meanwhile, the road to the White House increased again. Last week, of course, we have Will Hurd added to the list. Now, I forget, where did Will Hurd come from?
CIA.
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 Okay. All right. Yeah.
He's just out. I mean,
that's what we need. A CIA agent as president of the United States.
They're all assets.
Oh, yeah.
But he's out in front.
So Donald Trump, Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Vivek Ramaswamy, Asa Hutchinson, Larry Elder, Mike Pence, Tim Scott, Chris Christie, Doug Burgum with Burgumentum, Francis Suarez, and Will Hurd.
Okay. Cool.
With Hurdmentum.
Hurdmentum.
There's somebody has mentum, and it's either Doug Burgum or Will Hurd.
Not Suarez
No,
mentum?
it's not Suarez mentum yet.
It's definitely not Christie mentum.
No,
He got
nor
booed.
will it ever be.
He got booed at that pro-life event over the weekend for dissing Donald Trump.
Oh, wow, did he? Oh, wow. That's fun. Isn't that fun? We had quite a weekend in Russia. It was very strange. There was a big insurrection, and then all of a sudden there wasn't. Okay. Yevgeny Prigozhin, the owner of the private military contractor group, the Wagner Group, marched his mercenary forces into the Russian city of Rostov-on-Don on Saturday and called for an armed rebellion to depose Russia's defense minister. He accused the defense minister, Sergei Shoigu, of ordering a rocket strike against Wagner's war camp in Ukraine, killing 2,000 of his soldiers in a number of video and audio recordings posted online. In response, Prigozhin said his forces would punish him and urged Russian forces not to resist, threatening to destroy anyone who tries to stop them. And when they marched into Rostov-on-Don, they were not resisted. They took it without a shot being fired. Interesting.
Yeah, this is a very confusing ordeal.
Very. Short time later, Vladimir Putin gave a speech about traitors. And then 12 hours later, the military contractor war was given safe. The warmonger, the war leader, was given safe passage to Belarus.
Have we actually
where
seen
he lives
him
now
in Belarus?
No. As far as I know, they have not
I've seen
spotted
no
him.
confirmation on that.
No.
I mean, this was like an episode of 24, right? I mean, this was 24 hours.
Yeah. I mean, very quickly. All hell breaks loose, and then it's over. Just like that.
Scott Ritter says that the Wagner guys, the soldiers, were told that they were going to Moscow to save the city from Ukrainian soldiers. And,
really?
And then when they got there, they were just like, wait a minute. No? So I don't know.
Well, that would make some sense as to why it just stopped 120 miles away from Moscow. Huh.
I mean, and you see the theories going around that the U.S. paid him to do this. I have no. I haven't seen anything solid on that. But I mean, we're spending so much money over there. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I guarantee you, one way or another, the CIA will be connected to this. Probably will hurt himself. I don't know. This is just so weird, and was over before it started.
Mm-hmm.
And
apparently they shot down, I don't know, 5 or 6 helicopters along the way.
I read that as well.
A bunch of pilots were killed,
which doesn't lend credence to the Scott Ritter theory, because if you're shooting down Russian helicopters, but
those aren't Ukrainian forces.
Right. You know what this is? You know what Saturday was? It's further proof that we should not be involved over there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what is the U.S. national security interest? All I see is a bunch of chaos that we're just shoveling money into, and we don't understand what's even happening over there. Ugh.
Yeah, but it's inconceivable. I mean, these two were, Prigozhin and Putin were best friends,
right?
It was a short time ago, and then all of a sudden, Prigozhin started turning on the war in Ukraine. Saying it was a stupid war and things of that nature. And that apparently pissed off Vladimir Putin, obviously. And now they're on the outs, and they apparently hate each other now. And a lot of people are speculating that Prigozhin won't be safe wherever he goes.
Right.
Whether or not that's true, I don't know. Is Putin still powerful? Because a lot of people think not.
I know. I get two things from this. I got one group of people saying that, look how weak he is. He's susceptible to an insurrection. And you got other people saying, now he's been made stronger because he was able to repel this thing. I don't know, man.
Bizarre.
We shouldn't be over there, especially when you got Zelensky now saying, look, at the time of war, and we might have to delay some elections here just until peacetime. Well, I got news for you. If you're a neighbor to Russia, I don't know that peace is going to be coming anytime soon.
The numbers are strange, too, because over the weekend they were saying 25,000 Wagner troops were marching toward Moscow. And now they're saying 8,000, 4,000 to 8,000. Which is it?
There's nothing here that stays solid.
8,000 people, 8,000 troops are not taking Moscow. I mean, if that would have, neither are 25,000 chances are, unless there's no resistance. I don't know. Bizarre. Just a really weird weekend.
Let's just say you have a couple thousand people. Maybe one of them has a Viking helmet on.
Yeah.
The other one picks up a podium. Right? I mean, that's an insurrection.
That's an insurrection. You're right.
Right.
Yeah, the Viking helmet made that a totally legitimate insurrection on January 6th. If you didn't pick up the inference there from Keith.
I think they did.
But clearly, when you've broken some windows and you've come into a building and start parading, then that's a That's a full-scale insurrection.
Thank you for coloring the news, Pat.
Yeah,
you left out the milling.
Oh, I'm sorry. The milling and
left
parading.
it at parading.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Narrative.
There it is. So, weird things going on in Russia right now.
Yeah, very.
And I would think that makes them a little weaker in Ukraine, too. It seems like Ukraine should be taking advantage of this and launching a massive offensive during all of this stuff. They're kind of in disarray. This would seem to be the time you could make some strides. Although that hasn't seemed to happen either. So the entire affair, I don't understand it. On a different topic, it's become clear that the federal government didn't feel like investigating Hunter Biden's business dealings years ago. And when they did, the punishment he is expected to receive is minimal at best.
Oh, you didn't think that the judge is going to throw the book at him?
No. Well, clearly they didn't, in that deal last week, throw any books at him. So on Friday, U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland was asked about Americans' perception that this country has a two-tier justice system.
Oh.
Do the American people have cause to be concerned about the integrity of the components of this Justice Department, and what do you have to say about how they're acting?
I certainly understand that some have chosen to attack the integrity of the Justice Department and its components and its employees by claiming that we do not treat like cases alike. This constitutes an attack on an institution that is essential to American democracy and essential to the safety of the American people.
Oh, listen to that. Now he's playing the safety card.
Right.
If you don't trust the government.
Yep, you're a threat.
Then you're putting the nation's safety at risk.
How dare you criticize the Department of Justice? How dare you criticize them? We can't have that. Because what? Do you think this is America or something? Nope. Hasn't been for some time. On Overtime today, we're going to lay out the timeline of everything the government knew about the Bidens and when they knew it. You can subscribe at blazetv.com/Pat if you'd like to see that. At noon Eastern today, 11 o'clock Central, that'll be posted. So we'll see you then for that. Somebody who has been ahead of everyone when it comes to reporting on the Biden crime family is Peter Schweitzer. Mm-hmm. He wrote that book many years ago. Gosh, I think that was like 10 years ago, where he talked about Joe Biden being the most corrupt politician in American history. And people at the time were like, what? Really? Really? And now it's kind of come into focus, hasn't it? Mm-hmm. He was on with Maria Bartiromo over the weekend with some new information.
You both have broken so much news on this story. Peter, you broke a lot of this years ago about the Biden family influence peddling, and you've got new information this morning, breaking news on a cell phone that Joe Biden was using. Tell us about that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. What is the line of communications between Hunter Biden and his business partners and Joe Biden when he's vice president of the United States? It's not the government phone. It's not Joe Biden's personal phone. We know from the laptop that Hunter Biden's business paid for a private phone line that Joe Biden used while he was vice president.
Uh-oh.
It was from AT&T. It was $300 a month. It was a global phone where you could access somebody anywhere around the world. We shared that phone number and that account information with people at the House Oversight Committee. My hope is that they haven't already, they will subpoena those records, because I think it will give an indication on how tight the communication was. And that may be the phone, for example, that the Ukrainian, the Burisma executive might have used in this allegation that he talked to Joe Biden in recorded conversations. I would just say one other thing, Maria, as it relates to that sort of shakedown phone call with Henry Zhao that we alluded to. Henry Zhao in 2015 had already sent $5 million to the Bidens. He was the head of a Harvest investment firm. And what's interesting is in the correspondence there, Hunter Biden again talks to Zhao in the context of, this is a deal that's important to my family, involving his father. Let's also keep in mind we fixate on the criminal element of this. We also have to focus on the espionage element of this. Henry Zhao paid paid $5 million to Hunter Biden from an account that was part of a company that he co-owned with the family of the Minister of State Security of China, who's in charge of the entire spy apparatus. And you see that in every deal that Hunter Biden did in China. These individuals that are sending him money have ties to Chinese intelligence.
Unbelievable.
Oh, my gosh.
That is really something. Wow. But there's nothing to it.
Nothing to it.
Yeah,
You're supposed to just let this go.
Yeah.
I mean, Hunter is he had an addiction, and he's got clean.
Yeah, leave him alone. He's fine.
Just let the man get on with his
life. We're all
life.
proud of him.
Yeah.
He hasn't done anything wrong.
That's what's so funny, is that they want us to be like, yeah, look, I mean, he struggled. Who doesn't have struggles in their life? He overcame an addiction. Like, he wrote a book. I mean, he's an artist now. Leave him alone.
Standing citizen.
Standing citizen. But at the other time, you hear he was totally qualified to be this international businessman doing these deals with foreign companies. So, I mean, which is it? Is he a junkie? Or is he the smartest man Joe Biden's ever known?
He is the smartest man I know. I mean, in pure intellectual capacity.
Oh my gosh. Can we just, can I make a request? Can we never have that whispering Joe Biden come in that hot again? You talk about creep factor. Can you imagine how many people he's done that to? He's come up behind him and whispered like that. Ugh.
Also, the White House has changed their tune just a little bit on Joe Biden's dealings with Hunter. Remember, back on the campaign trail, Joe said, I have never discussed with my son or my brother or with anyone else anything having to do with their businesses, period. He's never discussed with his son or his brother or anybody anything to do with their business. Now they're saying that Joe was, quote, not in business with his son, Hunter. Well, that's a little bit different. So what's the next step after this? Once that's proven false, that we know you were in business with him, then what are you going to say? Unbelievable. All right, here's something most Americans haven't heard about. The USDA recently revealed that in America's breadbasket states, countless crops planted last season won't be harvested this season. Thanks to extreme weather conditions and worldwide fertilizer shortages, those crops just didn't stand a chance. And that means food shortages and higher prices at the grocery store ahead. That's why it's time to stock up right now on emergency food from My Patriot Supply, the nation's largest preparedness company. To help you prepare for what's coming, they've offered a new lower price on their popular 4-week emergency food kit. These meals will give you peace of mind when food shortages hit. But hurry, this is a limited time offer. It expires soon. But in every kit, you're going to get energy-boosting breakfast, lunch, dinners, drinks, and snacks that will keep you going when times get rough. Best of all, they come at an affordable price, especially with this offer. Right now, you can go to preparewithpat.com. Don't put off your preparedness. Do it right now. Or it may be too late by the time you get around to it. Go to preparewithpat.com right now. Preparewithpat.com.
Pat Gray is unleashed.
NBC News has a new poll out. It shows former President Donald Trump's lead over Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has grown since the indictment.
Yeah.
Trump, in this NBC News poll, is at 55% among GOP voters. DeSantis, 22%. 33% gap there, you might notice. Mike Pence is up to a whopping 7%.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised it's that high.
Chris Christie has 5%, which surprises me, too.
Surprises that high.
No other candidate has more than 4% in the NBC News poll. Same poll asked voters questions about Democrat voters. Chuck Todd broke that down.
Just 20% of voters believe this country is headed in the right direction. 74% say the nation is on the wrong track. Let me tell you something about this
20%
moment.
seems
We
high.
have had this sustained period of 70%, about a year now. The last two periods in the history of this poll that we've had this kind of sustained negativity about the direction of the country was before the 92 election and before the 2008 election. Both of those changed the party controlling the White House.
Interesting admission from NBC News and Chuck Todd. How about that? And how about Biden's approval rating? I'll bet that's really good right now.
Okay.
Biden's job rating sits at just 43%, about where it's been since the withdrawal from Afghanistan. 53% disapprove. A full 68% of voters, including 43% of Democrats now, which is twice what it was in 2020, say they are concerned that Biden does not have the necessary mental and physical health to be president.
Finally! Oh my gosh. Thank you for noticing.
Democrats even understand this.
Yeah, well, 43% of them anyway.
Yeah.
That's a pretty high percentage, though, for Democrats. They usually just turn a blind eye to all this. I don't know anything about that.
But what are they going to do about
what's wrong with Joe Biden? I haven't seen a thing. And if you watch only MSNBC and CNN, maybe you haven't seen very much of it, because they certainly don't focus on that. So when Chuck Todd had Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar on, and she was asked about Biden's mental and physical health, what did she have to say?
We got a new poll out. We asked various questions having to do with President Biden and his ability to do the job. Does he have the mental and physical health to serve? The concern among Democrats has doubled since October 2020. It was only 1 in 5 Democrats that had that concern before Election Day 2020. It's now over 40%. It's 43%. You were just with the president at the state dinner. Do you have any concerns?
No, she doesn't have concerns.
No, I don't. He did so well at that state dinner.
So well.
I think we all saw his power at the State of the Union. Our party is united behind him. Why? Because we work in a results-oriented business, Chuck, and he has gotten results.
Yeah, really bad ones.
Boy, that
really bad results.
That was interesting, the way she answered that. We all saw him at the state dinner. The fact that you were even having to... She makes it sound like you're looking at him to see... How's he going to do tonight? You know, that's what it felt like. Like, you shouldn't even have to be looking at the President of the United States to see, is he mentally sharp over there?
Yeah. What's he like tonight?
Oh, by the way, you know Hunter Biden was at that state dinner.
Was. Yep.
As was Merrick Garland. They were both at the same place. That seems like a conflict of interest. But, whatever. I guess that doesn't matter anymore. No. And then, of course, Hunter went on the trip to Camp David this weekend with Joe.
Right. Hunter's been at a lot of things.
I wonder what's going on. It's almost like they're getting their story straight.
It is almost like
we
that.
We got to spend some time and get on the same page.
Yeah. Also, it's kind of the presidential seal of endorsement. Like, I'll be seen with my son. I am proud of him. I told you that already. He hasn't done anything wrong. Federal charges seem to say otherwise, but okay.
Gosh, this thing's bigger than Watergate. If we were in an honest society, where the press did their job and Americans paid attention and there was rule of law and Constitution mattered.
Yep.
Then this thing would have already.
It makes
been.
Watergate.
Oh yeah. Oh, looks
like a stroll in the park.
Totally.
It's like Watergate. What? That was a Republican picnic they threw with Democrats, right?
Think about this. You broke into a party's headquarters. You lied about doing that.
Big deal.
Yeah.
How did that hurt us?
I mean, compared to what is happening right now with this family and this administration, are you kidding me? Give me the Watergate break-in any day.
No kidding.
Oh,
absolutely. And I mean, what an asinine thing to do when you're a million points ahead of the guy. I wonder what the opposition is doing. Let's break in there and see. Now, did Nixon know in the very beginning? I don't know. Maybe not. But he knew about the cover-up. And somebody thought it was important to break into McGovern campaign headquarters. For what reason? I don't know.
Yeah.
But what a stupid situation to begin with. Could have all been avoided. Let's roll out the election and see what happens.
Just think, if Nixon had just made treasonous deals with foreign entities.
Oh my gosh,
would have been so much better for
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Him. Oh, no, that's right. He was a Republican.
That's right. That we wouldn't have gotten away with that.
My bad.
Yeah. Meanwhile, at the White House, they put out a new video bragging about the inflation
It's such
rate.
a weird. They try so hard to make Joe Biden
look like he's been successful.
Like he's hip and like he's totally spry and moves his arms real fast. Don't forget. I mean, just gosh. But if you put him in slow motion, it takes care of the fact that he actually does walk in slow motion. Inflation is falling. Here are the facts. Okay. Less than half of what it was last summer. Yeah, it's because it was so high.
Pause it for a second. So it's not going down. What they're bragging about is that it's less out of control than it was a year ago at this time. But it's still out of control. But this is what they're bragging about. It's still up higher than it has been in 40 years. And this is what they have to praise themselves over.
Think about that. They're not saying under the last administration it's come down from how it was back then. Remember how bad it was in the last guy? No. They're comparing
themselves to themselves.
Own crap.
Yeah. And why? Because they can't compare it to the Trump years. They can't. It would be a disaster, a catastrophe. All right, let's see the rest of this. Jeez. Okay, half what it was. Lowest it's been in 2 years.
Who was president 2 years ago, bro?
Wages are up, which is not true. Oh my god.
Oh wait, go back.
What's
a
that
little
last
bit.
thing?
Yeah. Oh,
that's real. What?
A breathing room.
Oh my gosh.
That's real. A breathing room.
Where is this breathing room that they keep talking about, KJP? Where is it? She wonders too. She needs to know where the breathing room is. I can't take it. What a bizarre thing to brag about. That it's been extremely high under us, but it's a little bit lower than that right now. Now, it's nowhere near as good as it would have been under Trump, but still, look at this.
Yeah.
Wow.
So 65% of voters say inflation is their top concern as they head into the 2024 election season.
And that's why they're trying to spin this thing like that.
So 65% of the Pew Research poll say that it's a very big problem, end quote. An additional 27% said it was a moderately big problem. So check my Keith math, but 65 plus 27 gets us to 92. 92% of Americans think that it is a moderate or very big problem. And they're right.
Huh.
So it's just if it is truly the economy stupid, then there's not a chance in hell this man gets reelected.
If it is still the economy stupid, but I don't know. I don't know if it is. We'll see.
No, it's not it's the ballot harvesting, stupid. What you got?
I'm just out.
You're just out?
Yeah, I'm just out of things to say about
It's Monday.
Yeah, I'm just done.
Come up with some more words.
No, I have no more words. There just aren't any words to express the frustration that I feel right now. It's just so incredibly
it's overwhelming,
frustrating.
Is what it is. And
that they have the unmitigated gall to claim that they're doing a great job, that nobody's ever done a job this good before in the first 2 years of their presidency. I mean, that's what they're telling us. No president has ever done what this one has. Well, I think that's right, but in the opposite direction you're inferring.
Yep.
And it's agonizing.
It sure is.
He cannot win. Democrats cannot win another national election. They just can't. It can't happen. Or we're done. We're really done. Republicans must win the White House and get back control of the Senate while keeping the House. All of those things are critical.
Man, I just want RFK to win the Democrat nomination so we can stop thinking about Biden
I'd love to
less
see
than
it.
a year from now.
I would love to see it. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got some tweets here. Daniel Judge tweets, I read a little this morning about a group of FBI agents dressed as Nazis and masked up. They tried to incite violence and attack federal officers. If this, combined with everything else, doesn't prompt Congress to defund the FBI now, yeah, it won't. But good suggestion.
Yeah. So there's like this Patriot March over the weekend. People showed up with the masks on, and a scuffle ensued. And they were shouted down. Like they were like the Patriot guys were shouting down the people dressed in black with the black ski masks and everything, telling them to get out of here and all this stuff. A little scuffle ensued. A couple of masks flew off.
Oh.
And before you knew it, people were looking up who these individuals might be dressed in black, who were these agitators trying to cause trouble, make it look like they're really just conservatives, conservative Nazis that are out there. And, it's a little inconclusive at this point, but some evidence suggests that these were definitely individuals with ties to the federal government.
What a stunning surprise.
Right.
Keith, I'm going to have to take a moment now and just try to overcome my sheer shock.
You're shocked.
Okay, I'm over it now.
Okay. Wow, that was fast.
Wow, for a minute, I didn't know if I was going to be able to go on.
That was
wow.
Almost as fast as a Russian coup attempt.
But not quite. Nothing could be. The speed of light isn't as fast as the Russian coup attempt ended. Bunter Hayden, crack connoisseur. So many things happen in the Russian insurrection, but not many videos or images. That is true, too.
I saw one video.
We see the troops crossing the street in Rostov-on-Don.
Oh.
And that's all I've seen from it.
Into some building or something surrounding it? Yeah, that's all I've seen.
That's the only video I've seen. There's no action. Well, no, I take that back. I did see the black smoke coming off a downed helicopter.
Did you know?
It was a helicopter on fire, black smoke billowing out of it, and it was in a field somewhere, I assumed in Russia. But that's the only sign of actual conflict I saw. But supposedly they shut down 5 or 6. I heard different numbers every story I read.
I know.
5 or 6 different helicopters and a plane. A very sophisticated plane was apparently shot down by the Wagner Group. So
that's crazy, Jay. You hear about the
down and you see this in the paper today?
Down helicopters, man. That's crazy.
Did you read about it in the paper today? From Fawn Gilbert, I just traveled from Florida to Galveston for surgery for our son. It can be called cosmetic, but needed for him. We had to fight to get this surgery. Why is it that kids can just get parts cut off, and we had to go to this extreme to get help for our son?
Makes you wonder.
Yeah, it does. Call it like I see it. Tweet, serious question. Does anyone see a way back that doesn't involve a civil war? Because I don't. Yeah, it's called We All Turn to God. But I think that's the only way out. Are we going to do that? We'll see. PK Reed, Joe's low numbers don't matter. He was their plan B for Hillary's loss in 2016. Joe is just a bridge to complete their takeover. And the fourth character, what Merrick Garland was really saying is, we dare you to attack our integrity. Haven't you seen the lengths we'll go to destroy you? Yeah, actually, yeah, we have. We've seen that.
Nah, it's a fun time.
Fun time. Good times. Over the weekend, the 1-year anniversary of Roe v. Wade being overturned took place. And, of course, you got the nutcases. Maybe on overtime we should play that a little portion of that Demi Lovato song that she released.
Oh, I'm not familiar.
Oh, really?
Is it awesome?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no.
Oh,
no.
man.
Any song about abortion being celebrated is bound to be
it's
a
going to be
good song, right?
Yeah, you know that's a top 5 hit. It's probably number 1. But she's very angry
Get over it.
about not being able to kill her babies whenever they develop in her womb. And actually, she still can Depends on what state she lives in and if she wants to travel a little bit, if she lives in Texas, which I don't think she does. But, yeah, people are nuts over it. I mean, they just go stark raving nuts because they all worship at the altar of abortion. But Vice President Kamala Harris was out, and she was telling us what she did after the ruling came down. This will be fascinating.
I called my husband Doug. Because there were a collection of words that were coming to mind that would not have been proper for me to speak with some other people.
That's terrific, Kamala. So she called up her husband and did some swearing, I guess.
Because more babies are allowed to live in this country?
Yeah, that pissed her off.
Of all the things.
Yeah. Wouldn't you be pissed about that? I mean, jeez. That's crazy.
Hold on. Can you, before you play that again, I want to see this. Was she laughing? In other words, even when she's trying to tell a story about how angry she was, she can't stop with the awkward, stupid laugh of hers.
Yeah, play it again, Sam.
Outraged, I called my husband Doug. Because there were a collection of words that were coming to mind that would not have been proper for me to speak with some other people.
Oh, that's hysterical. That's rich.
I got a hot take here.
Yeah?
I don't like her.
Wow. That's another stunning revelation. Thank you, Keith. Should we take a moment? Okay, I'm done. I'm okay now.
Hideous.
And speaking of Supreme Court rulings, sometime this week, the Supreme Court may very well overturn affirmative action as part of college admissions. Can you imagine the outroar if and when that happens? Here was presidential hopeful Vivek Ramaswamy talking about affirmative action this weekend.
What does it mean to be an American? It means we believe in the ideals that set this nation into motion 250 years ago. Ideals like meritocracy and the pursuit of excellence, that you do get ahead in this country, not on the color of your skin, but on the content of your character and your contributions. That is why I expect the Supreme Court in the coming days to end affirmative action in college admissions. And as the next president, I will end it in every sphere of our lives. That is what it means to be an American.
And you might notice that comes from a guy who's not white. Yeah.
I didn't notice. I don't see color.
You need to. What a racist thing, Keith.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait.
What do you mean you don't see color? Wow. That is one of the worst things you could possibly say. What a racist.
Can I just say that content of character, not color, skin line, somebody should write that down and mix that into a speech at some point.
Nah.
That's pretty good, though.
Nah, it's hateful.
So?
No, it's hateful now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, there might have been a time, I don't know, 50, 60 years ago where you could get away with that, but not today.
I don't know if it was in that same speech from Vivek or if, where this was said, but here's a quote from him also from over the weekend talking about trans kids or trans individuals in America. 5% of American adults under 30 identify as trans. Okay?
5% under 30. Okay. Wow, that's a lot higher than it used to be.
This is him still talking.
Wow.
5 years ago, 0.6% of 18 to 29-year-olds said they were trans.
Yeah.
That's not visibility. This is a social contagion of a mental health epidemic.
Exactly right.
I mean, think about that. If it should be the same percentage, right? If it wasn't some sort of it's a fad now.
Yeah, or it should be very, very close. Within a few tenths of a point.
So from 0.6, that same age group,
to 5?
It's 5.
Jeez. At this rate, every single American is going to be trans within 50 years. Every single American.
Oh, we got 50 years? I thought you were going to say by next Wednesday.
Well, yeah, maybe much sooner. All right. Some evil out of California to share. California Democrats want therapists to be able to counsel 12-year-olds on gender identity and sign off on their admission to shelters without parental consent, even if there's no abuse at home. That's great. Democrats in California are pushing this legislation. And, you know, it's fascinating because they use danger to the child as their excuse. So they're more concerned for the child's well-being than the parents are? Huh, okay. Assembly Bill 655, introduced by Assembly Member Wendy Carrillo in February and approved this week by Democrats on the state Senate Judiciary Committee, would also allow kids to receive counsel on gender identity from school psychologists, therapists, and uncredentialed trainees without parental consent.
What a joke.
Oh, man.
This state, California.
How have we gone so far so fast? Carrillo's co-author on the bill is State Senator Scott Wiener, of course, who previously claimed that the word groomer is categorically an anti-LGBTQ hate word. Shut up.
Hit a little close to home with that, I guess.
Then he advanced a law that made California a sanctuary state for child sex change mutilations. Jeez. So basically, California is a safe space now for kids to be mutilated, and it's about to become a sanctuary state for groomers, and you can't tell the parents about any of it. Speaking of groomers, there was some serious grooming going on over the weekend, right? The photos were so despicable and disgusting and pornographic, frankly, that we didn't even bother sending them in.
Yeah,
to be
well, we
shown.
didn't send in the videos of some of that stuff.
Do you have a photo?
We pulled some photos.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to.
Pride event?
I guess go ahead and put these up, the photos there, Stephen. Yeah, they get to blur everything. It's just insanity. That's Seattle.
Yeah.
That's Seattle where you had literally sex organs just in kids' faces. There's no other way to say it. You got another one going on here, Steven? Let's see. Where was that? That's Toronto.
Okay, nice.
Toronto. So, yeah,
Nice.
you had Toronto, Seattle, Minneapolis, New York.
But I'm sorry, this is illegal.
Yeah, thank you.
Right? It's illegal. Why aren't people being arrested here? You can't expose yourself in public like this, and especially to children.
Mm-hmm.
When you do that, what are you called? A pedophile. That's what you're called.
Yeah.
And you can't even go near within a mile of a school. I don't know what the restrictions are in certain jurisdictions, but you can't go near playgrounds, you can't go near schools, you can't buy a home near a school.
Right.
These people, it's perfectly fine. They've got their units out there for all to see, and some of them waving right in front of children.
They were flopping.
Man.
You can get away with it if you do one of two things. If you do it during a parade, and if you're carrying a rainbow flag.
Right.
Those become like invincible
then you're protected.
shields. Yeah.
You're a more protected person than the child that you're abusing.
Yeah, this was these were events. These was like Sodom and Gomorrah is what was happening in major North American cities over the weekend.
First of all, why are the parents bringing these kids?
Those parents need to be in jail.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
people that are flashing their junk in front of these kids or just in public, they need to be in jail. The parents that took these
Why
kids
would you do
need
it?
to be in,
Why
would
you do it?
And it's not. It is no longer gay pride. This is groomer pride. They have hijacked the gay movement. They've hijacked the gay flag, which ironically was a hijacking of the rainbow to begin with.
Right.
But these events, they're just there to target children.
Yeah.
If it's not an all ages drag show, it's a wave my schlong in the street show. It's stop. Stop. Our society is pull it back, man. It's
we're on the brink.
Yeah, it was literally it was debauchery and a waving junk parade, one after another over this weekend.
And then they wonder, what's your problem? What's your problem, you straight cis people? What's the matter with you? We're perfectly fine. It's just us expressing ourselves. No.
And I am so. And by the way, and this is why I adore groups such as Gays Against Groomers so much, is because they know what's going on. They know what time it is. They see what's happening to their I guess, conglomerate there.
And they're as pissed as we are, if not more so, because it's ruining they're being tainted with this garbage.
And I'm so sick and tired of some people on the right saying, stop fighting the culture war. Stop fighting this battle. I'm sorry. I'm going to fight a battle that involves taking our children from us. Because if you take our children from us, you take our country from us. And that's a non-starter. So keep fighting the culture war. You've got to stand for something. Good Lord.
Yeah. I think that's totally bogus. And, of course, let's not forget the San Francisco Gay Men's Choir from a few years ago when they told us what was going on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, pause this. Thank you, Stephen. Stephen's waiting for me. Yeah, I wanted to point this out, that we're not picking it up where we normally pick it up. We needed to start a little bit before the chorus jumps in, because as clear as the message was of the chorus guys, we're coming for your children, listen to these solo guys here just before that, because it's even more clear, and it makes even more sense of the stat that Vivek mentioned about going from 0.6% of the population to 5%. Yeah, listen to this. We'll convert your children.
Reaching one and all, there's really no escaping it. 'Cause even grandma likes RuPaul. And the world's getting kinder. Gen Z's gayer than Grindr.
Listen to that.
Learn to love, learn to vogue, face your face.
We'll convert your children.
We'll convert your children. Someone's gotta teach them not to hate.
Oh, grotesque. All right, you can kill this. Because at the New York parade, play that clip, Stephen. This was over the weekend. Make it very clear, don't they?
Oh my gosh.
So there you go.
So they chanted it as well.
Yep. Now it's a chant at these parades.
Okay. All right. Well, it is as we suspected and as we've been saying all along. These radical extremists are, in fact, coming for our children. And that's why we're fighting back so hard. It is not because we hate transgenders. Frankly, we've never even paid attention before.
I know.
We've never bothered with the drag shows and all of that stuff. Dress up in girl clothes all you want. I don't care. But now that you have shown us you're after America's children, now we have to say, no, I'm sorry. Now you've gone too far. This is too much, and we're going to stop the promotion of this nonsense. Stop it. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
And welcome. Great to have you with us. Got some tweets to share. Patrick Henry Sr. tweeted, in just a short period of time, the puppet masters behind Joe Biden will turn on Robert Kennedy Jr. and paint him as the new flavor to hate. I think that's already going on.
Oh, absolutely. In fact,
they're already involved in that.
That was Tucker Carlson's latest monologue last week. It's like, I forgot, he compared like an early article about Donald Trump's candidacy. It was, I think, the 17th paragraph where they ripped him in 2015. And now, the same time frame, it's the first paragraph that they're ripping RFK because he's a threat.
Yep. Liberalism causes truth blindness, tweets. Is it possible to be so trans that you're cis?
I don't know how that works. I'm afraid to explore it.
It does get confusing because I was reading some article about a woman who is transitioning to a man, but she's a lesbian. And so when she transitions to be a man and identifies as such, will that now make that person heterosexual? Because now they're a trans man hanging out with women.
And then the problem is, and I'm not being flippant when I say this, the chances that as a man they're able to do anything sexually is probably very minimal.
Yeah,
with your new part.
Yeah. I don't want to explore that too deeply, but yes, I think it's difficult. But I don't know. Maybe they can do something about that. Between injections and surgeries and who knows? I don't know.
Good luck, but does it even seem worth it after all of the pain and butchering and all that stuff?
You'd have to ask them. But it's a crazy world. And over the weekend, there was another one of those rallies where they're yelling trans rights are human rights and trans men are men and trans women are women. And then somebody walked up to him and asked one of the protesters there, because it was an abortion situation, too. It was a pro-abortion thing because it was on the anniversary of Roe v. Wade. So this guy comes up and interviews the person who is screaming trans women are women. Okay. And the person asks him, what does that have to do with abortion? And he says that trans men can get abortions. And he's like, wait, trans women can get abortions.
Okay.
Because they've got the man parts inside, but now they identify as a woman. Does that mean that they can now get pregnant? And then not want the pregnancy, but kill the baby inside of them. And, of course, the person maintained that, yes, that can happen.
Wow, that's
Yeah, that the trans woman can get pregnant and can have an abortion.
Okay, that's fun.
Okay, so the whole thing is, yes, quite confusing. But no, a trans woman cannot have an abortion. Sorry, you can't. You just can't change science and physics and biology like that. You just can't do it. As much as you want to, much as you identify as doing it, you can't.
All I hear is hate.
It really?
That's all I hear.
You might want to listen a little bit closer.
Okay.
Because it is, the thing is, it is they who hate. They hate us so much. And that vitriol comes out when you approach them.
I mean, the New York rally, the pride thing, the guy's barking at the pastor.
Oh, my gosh.
And the lady with the sign that has something about a woman on it gets attacked. I mean, just...
And the hate is so palpable. Oh, they would kill you if they could. They want to.
Yeah. Oh,
they want
and
to.
I was just about to say, if the cameras weren't there...
Yeah, they might.
They probably would. But here's the fun thing about the Seattle Pride Parade is that the local news didn't cover it at all. And in fact, one television station, I saw someone tweeted out, one television station marched in the parade with them.
Oh, my gosh.
There's your journalism.
Yeah, that's great. From Tamara B., what is wrong with these parents? Why expose your precious children to naked people at a pride event? Looking forward to July 1st and Independence Day celebrations.
Seriously.
Oh, do we still have those? Is that going to happen?
It's technically. Technically. Yeah. Honestly, though, July has become my favorite month. Even living in Texas, where the heat is going to be, 110 middle of this week. I mean, it's already 120 down at the border. But it's... I look forward to July now more than ever before. Just to get this Pride Month crap behind us.
Truth Seeker tweets, if those who were parading in the Capitol on January 6th had their man units hanging out, would they have been charged? Maybe not.
Well, okay.
If they identify as female and they have their man unit, you couldn't do anything about it.
Remember, if you were carrying a pride flag, then you have immunity.
Right.
And you just
that's all it takes.
Fling it about. But if you don't have that, then you don't have permission.
And from the Unmasked Avenger, those parents should be arrested, but then the children would become wards of the state, which is the ultimate goal. Remember, they're all of our children. Yeah, right. They don't belong to the parents. They belong to society. These poor kids don't stand a chance. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Speaking of pride, there's Bud Light now. The company has put out a new commercial.
Yeah. Well, by the way, they have not learned their lesson. They sponsored a stage at the Toronto Pride event, and it featured some of the creepiest on-stage dancing with masks, and I mean, it was It was dystopian. And yet there they were sponsoring it.
Yeah, that's great. But here they are trying to placate the rest of us.
Oh, they're going to get us back. Oh. Look at that. See? Don't you want a beer now? Because they're rednecks like us.
Yeah, right.
See? They're rednecks like us now. They're back. Yeah, see?
Yeah. I see. Oh, boy.
Cut off jean shorts, and they're out in the river, and then
they're clods.
Oh, and they have a screen door like you and me, and dogs. They have dogs and beer and wind.
And there's no same-sex people making out.
No. Oh, they got a hammock and bare feet. See, just like you and me.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, they can't open a keg.
But these are the good times right here with all these fat hicks.
Fat hicks. Wearing baseball caps and cowboy hats.
No shirt there.
Yeah.
Okay. So easy to drink.
Yeah.
Enjoy Bud Light.
This is let bygones be bygones. See, we're just like you. Pander.
It's so great. It's too late is the problem. Is anybody buying that? Oh, okay, now I'll go back to drinking Bud Light. That's great.
I saw a guy at Walmart yesterday with or Saturday had his grocery cart was full of beer. He obviously was going to a party, much like depicted there. I swear he had every beer that Walmart sells in his cart except for Bud Light.
Really?
Yeah. I almost talked to him and I was in a hurry. It was funny. Yeah.
Awesome. By the way, there's some new lab-grown chicken available.
Oh, yeah.
It's available now. This is exciting.
I thought this would be right up your alley.
Nothing sounds tastier than lab-grown chicken, does it?
Especially the way it's described in this.
Okay. You ready? Here we go.
The U.S. approved the sale of lab-grown meat made from animal cells for the first
Animal
time.
cells.
What is it? We spoke with a California company who creates it.
So cultivated meat, put really simply,
Pause it for a second.
real meat.
Right there. I'm done. It's a cultivated meat. Yeah, I'm out. Sorry. I'm out
You have something
already.
against the word cultivate?
Yeah, I do. When it refers to meat, you don't cultivate meat.
Let's just say, hypothetically.
You grow it.
Hypothetically. Let's say you were still on board at this point in the video.
Okay.
I promise you. It gets worse? You got other exit ramps coming up.
So cultivated meat, put really simply, is real meat that is grown from animal cells.
These cells can come from a biopsy of a living animal, a fertilized egg, or a special bank of stored cells. Companies choose the cells most likely to reproduce quickly. Then they're placed in tanks in a bath of cell food.
Is what I mean
designed
by
to do
it.
They're in
everything they
the
need
bath
to
of cell
Inside
food.
these bioreactors, the cell can change into types we normally eat, including those that make muscle, connective tissue, and fat. And the cells multiply over and over and over.
They multiply.
After several days
dinner bell
or
is
weeks,
starting to
the
ring.
meat is removed from the tanks,
Look at
hot
that!
dogs, nuggets, and sausages.
Oh my
then
gosh.
It's ready to be cooked, served, and eaten.
So our first product will be chicken fillets, but we are working on an entire portfolio first of chicken, and then following that will be beef and other species as well.
Okay. Hold on a second. They had this lady trying it. And you know, normally, like, if you watch a commercial, like, somebody will eat something, right? And they'll be like,
Oh, yeah, that's delicious.
That's good stuff. This has got to be the fakest, this is good stuff look. About 10 seconds left in the video, Stephen. Can we watch this chick? I mean, she is.
So our first product will be chicken fillets. But
I don't think so.
On an entire portfolio first of chicken, and then.
And then.
Yeah, she's just like,
wow.
Maybe not. I'm a pass.
We're just getting too technological for our own good, you know? Between the AI and the growing meat in a lab, I mean,
look at that.
That's nasty.
Press play. I don't think so.
She did not like that.
She's like,
one more time. I got to see that. That is. Here comes a big bite. Oh, I can't even pretend that's good.
How much are they paying me for this?
I can't even pretend. I like this. Yeah, she got cancer from the first bite.
Look at that. Look at that. Put that on your packaging. She got cancer from the first bite. No kidding, man. That's just gross.
Oh.
I mean, when your video trying to sell. This is okay. When the company's video trying to sell this fake meat product
is that bad?
Is a needle in a chicken pulling out cells?
No. From a biopsy.
From a biopsy.
So it sounds like the chicken they're getting it from has cancer. And
that's the only
you just don't know whether it's benign or malignant. But they've done a biopsy, and here's your dinner.
That is the only place I've ever heard the word biopsy used, is to test it to see if you have cancer.
That's sick.
And then they're using it like, oh yeah, it's a biopsy. Who's hungry? What the hell?
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
But it's now available.
And it's still animal related. Are vegetarians and vegans going to respond to that? Are they going to be okay with it? I wonder.
That's intended for us. That's intended for us.
It is.
They're going to take away actual meat, and there better be a neon orange sticker on lab-grown meat. On the shelf that says "grown in a lab."
Man,
that's where I want government intervention, right there, to warn me if I'm about to go to town on lab-grown meat. No.
Whew, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Gross.
All right. Every day the parallel economy grows bigger and bigger. It's powered by everyday Americans who are just sick and tired of all the woke propaganda we have to deal with. Big mobile companies, of course, are among the biggest perpetrators of this. For years, they've been dumping millions into leftist causes. And we just had to take it because you need a cell phone, right? And probably thought there was no alternative. But there is. It's Patriot Mobile, America's only Christian conservative wireless provider, offering dependable nationwide coverage on all three major networks. So you get the best possible service in your area without the woke politics. When you switch to Patriot Mobile, you're sending a message that you support free speech, religious freedom, sanctity of life, the Second Amendment, our military, lots more. And they have 100% U.S.-based customer service, which is really helpful. Just go to patriotmobile.com/Pat, or you could call 878-PATRIOT. Right now, you'll get free activation with the offer code PAT. Ask about their coverage guarantee, too, while you're on with them. patriotmobile.com/Pat or 878-PATRIOT.
Pat Gray.
Thanks for being with us. 888-900-3393 is our number. Pat Unleashed on Twitter, if you'd like to tweet. Clemson Mimi tweeted us here about, concerning the parade, the gay pride parades, where a bunch of guys had their dangling participles out. So waving them right in front of children.
A groomer parade.
Yeah. But Clemson Mimi tweets, we know a guy who had to register as a sex offender because he got caught peeing behind a gas station while he and some friends were on the way home from a football game. But those parades are okay? How is that possible? Really good question. Really good point.
Yep.
It is. It's illegal to parade through the streets naked. Why is it okay when it's a gay pride parade? They were stark raving naked. Full frontal nudity in front of all these kids. And again, the parents are definitely responsible.
Some of these videos coming out over the weekend were shocking in of themselves. And then when you look in the background or see off to the side, just kids staring at what was happening.
Yeah.
It was dumbfounding.
Yeah, it is. It's bad enough that you're breaking the law and exposing yourself like that. But then right in front of the kids... And again, the parents carry, 90% of that responsibility. Even if it were adults, just adults at this parade, and you've got this going on, it is not legal. Why is it okay? Pinky is the brain tweets, one thing I will gladly go to prison for, my children.
Yes.
Yep.
I think
that's
a
how we feel
lot of
about
Americans are in that spot right now.
BMet 109. Fascinating how one person can shut down a coach by praying after a high school football game or any kind of game. But hundreds of weirdos can march down the street with their junk out, and any attempt to stop is called hate and transphobic.
Yeah, let's be clear. The two-tier justice system in this nation doesn't just apply to elites like the Biden family and you and me. It also applies to situations like this.
Yeah. Yep. If you are out there, again, dangling your participle, I'm sorry. It's illegal, and we can't allow it, and you're going to go to jail, okay?
And let's be clear. We have no desire to dangle our participles out there.
No, I don't.
These people are mentally ill, and they're getting away with it.
Right. Jeffy for president tweets.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa. We're not that desperate for a candidate now. Come on.
For some reason, I can see Jeffy trying cultivated meat. You think he would? Maybe.
I don't know. He's known to eat things.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Let me eat!
Exactly. We're all waiting for that. Land of Nuts and Feces tweets. So this is obviously from somebody in San Francisco. Remember when everybody was outraged over the way McDonald's made chicken nuggets using reformed and blended real chicken? Yeah. How do we get from there to being okay with lab-grown meat?
Yeah.
Good question.
I mean, that goes along with the fall of our society in general. I mean, we're now cultivating biopsy cells. Help us. Help.
They get some of these cells from a biopsy. Like, wait, and then you're going to put that on my plate? No, I don't think so.
So our first product will be
chicken fillets.
Gross.
Okay. Starting to feel like that cage match between Musk and Mark Zuckerberg might actually happen.
Yeah.
Here was the head of, who was it that said, no, it's a stunt. They're not serious. It's not going to happen. I think that was Jeffy.
I think it was, yeah.
Last Friday.
So Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg have been going back and forth online.
On Twitter.
Yeah. And I don't know. It might
happen.
Yeah.
Here's the head of the UFC, Dana White, talking about it.
Can we be excited about this? Is there a possibility this is really going to happen?
Well, just to give some clarification. So what he said is Mark Zuckerberg responded with "send me location," which is something that Habib Nurmagomedov says when people challenge him. So that was what "send me location" meant. And I was talking to both Elon and Mark last night. Both guys are absolutely dead serious about this.
Now, wait, tell us why you say that.
Because they both said, yeah, we'll do it. They both want to do it. Mark Zuckerberg hit me up first and said, is he serious? And I said, I don't know. Let me ask him. I asked him, and he said, yeah, I'm dead serious. Obviously, and I agree with you, Harvey. This would be the biggest fight ever in the history of the world.
It would.
Bigger than anything that's ever been done. It would break all pay-per-view records these guys would raise.
Oh, I'd buy it.
Hundreds of millions of dollars for charity. And
I'll pay $100 for that.
You don't have to be a fight fan to be interested in this fight.
Right.
Everybody would want to see it.
Yes.
I have never, ever purchased a fight on pay-per-view. I've gone to places where there have been fights and stuff like that. But
you watch this
I
one?
would absolutely pay to see this.
Yeah, the curiosity factor is going to be through the roof. Of course I'm going to pay for that.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll make. I mean, that'd be the biggest money maker of all time. And then if you throw in that, hey, we're going to do this for charity, 10% of the proceeds goes to charity. How great would that be?
I bet 100% would end up going to charity.
Which,
something like that.
That wouldn't hurt anybody involved, right?
Right.
So,
and people have been doing these tales of the tape, comparing them.
Yeah, it's fun.
So let's see. Elon is 51 years old.
Zuckerberg's like 37, 39.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I guess Elon, if I remember all of these, somebody did like a dozen of these things. Like Elon has a greater reach, weighs more.
However, Mark Zuckerberg is
jiu-jitsu
he's been practicing jiu-jitsu for I don't know how long, and he won a couple of trophies or medals at a tournament he just did. Gold medals.
But on the mean streets of South Africa, Elon Musk used to street fight.
Right.
I mean,
it'd be fascinating.
Aside from the fun, it might actually be a good
decent match.
Yeah. This has to happen.
I hope it does.
It has to happen.
Would love it. I would love it. Would there be enough blood for Hillary Kennedy to enjoy it, though? I don't know. Would they beat each other bloody, or would it be like, we just did this for fun?
Yeah, would this be...
I'm just funning.
This would be like an ultimate fighting thing, right? It wouldn't be boxing.
Yeah, and I don't know that they hate each other, do they? Is there some animosity between the two?
I think Zuck probably hates Elon. I don't know, right? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's the Zuck hating the Elon.
Yeah. Okay. Huh.
So he might actually...
That makes it even tastier.
Yeah.
I'm there. Count me in.
What is that nerd rivalry all about? Like, what started that whole thing, Chris? Do you know?
Just him purchasing Twitter and pushing back and letting like the whole thing come out.
Mm-hmm.
It's all
I think, did somebody mention, hey, you two should fight in a cage match or something to that effect? And then they both said something like that.
No, it was Elon just saying, I will fight him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might have started off as a joke.
Yeah,
but
it might have.
Zuckerberg is actually like, no, I want this. I don't know, because, that's how his purchase of Twitter came about, right? Wasn't his ex-wife said, you know what, you should probably just buy Twitter. And he's like, yeah, sure, okay. Man, I wish I had that kind of money.
I'd rather see, like, Elon versus Bill Gates. Watch him get his face punched in. Ooh. It would be fun.
I want to see...
Warren Buffett, maybe. It would be fun to see get the crap kicked out of him.
How about RFK Jr. versus Peter Hotez? Which, by the way, if you saw...
I'd like that.
You saw RFK Jr. over the weekend, he was...
doing his workout?
Oh, my gosh, he was just...
a little ripped for a 69-year-old man.
Doing the bench presses and the push-ups.
Yeah, he looks good.
He's he's in shape.
He's a damn handsome man.
I see that you're...
Yeah, dang.
Yeah, you're...
All right.
Liking that, aren't you?
More coming up.
He's jacked, man.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Yeah. Welcome to it. Thanks for being here. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Oh, by the way, for the winners of Pat Gray Bingo, and you could do that by filling out your bingo sheet and then be the first to call 888-900-3393 to win not just the merchandise from PatGrayShop.com, but you also get the Kexi cookies. My fault that it's been delayed for a while, but we are getting. We just sent out a bunch of the, I think all of them, all of the first batch of winners. So you should be getting it shortly.
If
you've been waiting for it's my fault.
I thought it was Jeffy had gotten into the kitchen, the Kexi kitchen.
Well, yeah, he did eat us out of an entire month's worth of cookies.
Well, look at you taking the fall for him.
But yes, but I'm going to take the fall for him. But anyway, that should be rectified now, and we'll get that very, very soon to you.
All right.
888-900-3393. Also, this is kind of interesting. By the year 2100, the DFW Metroplex will be the largest Metroplex in the country. The largest metropolitan area, Dallas-Fort Worth.
No.
It will eclipse New York City as the biggest metro area by 2100.
No.
That's incredible.
No, I don't want anybody else here. We're good.
I know it's full. We should put up the no vacancy sign now. Okay, we're done.
We are all set.
There's 30 million people here. I know it's a big state, but we got to call BS on the rest of this. Moving to
Texas. What is the current population of Dallas-Fort Worth?
It's right around 8 million.
And that's plenty. Mm-hmm. We're good.
Mm-hmm. Houston's about 8,800,000, somewhere in there.
Looks like. What did you say for Dallas? It looks like 6.5.
No, we're
Dallas-Fort Worth metro area.
Really?
Okay, so you're going to cross-check that while I go and cross-check your Houston here.
Yeah, Houston's a couple 100,000 behind Dallas, metropolitan-wise. Let's see, Dallas, Fort Worth. I don't know if it's that necessary.
No, it is.
So we'll figure that out later. But An analysis by moving services site Move Buddha published said they published this just the other day, and they said the Metroplex population will swell to 33,910,000. 33, so essentially 34 million people by 2100.
77 years from now.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that doesn't count for that doesn't account for a nuclear holocaust or
right.
Just the end of society as we know it, massive starvation, actual pandemic, anything like that.
Yeah, it takes none of that into account, I'm sure. Chris, you said you have some figures there. What do you find?
Yeah, so I'm finding here that Dallas is 6.5.
That's what Keith just said.
And then Houston is 6.607.
Okay.
So Houston's bigger?
Yeah.
According to this, yes.
Yeah. See, you're getting, I don't know where you're getting these faulty figures.
6.5. Yeah.
I think they're old. Anyway, based on current population and migration trends, in fact, America's...
And open borders. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. America's 3 biggest metropolitan areas by 2100 will be DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth, number 1. Number 2, Houston, Texas.
In the nation.
And number 3, Austin, Texas.
No. So there's not a chance that we're going to be blue in 5 minutes.
Is that incredible?
The state's going to be blue.
That replaces New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago as the country's most populous metros.
Well, this makes it sound like global warming not a thing. Everybody's moving south.
Right.
By 2100.
Right.
We're good.
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh, air conditioners.
Number 4, Phoenix. Golly, that's incredible. Phoenix has been growing.
Look at this,
crazy.
man. That's the business to get in right now is air conditioners in Texas and Arizona.
Right. Number 5, Helena, Montana.
No.
Yeah, by 2100, Helena, Montana surpassed.
Stop it. I am more offended by that than Texas being overflowed because that's my escape route, man.
Yeah, okay. No, number 5, New York, followed by Atlanta, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., Orlando, and Miami.
See, the good news is that most of those places you mentioned, they're doing so good with the traffic issues they have now that when you start, tripling, quadrupling the population size, they got it. Like
Right.
Atlanta going to be number 5 biggest. Their traffic is
bad.
So perfect.
Yeah. Seattle, I was in Seattle maybe, I guess it was last year.
Yeah.
And the traffic there is really horrendous. And, you think, well, okay, Dallas-Fort Worth is much bigger than Seattle is. Why is the traffic situation so much worse here? And it's because they don't build freeways. Build freeways.
I got something funny for you here.
We have like 1,000 freeways that run through Dallas-Fort Worth. I think Seattle has 2.
So
probably more than that, but seems like 2.
Get this. In North Fort Worth, which is just traffic hell.
Sure is.
They just opened. It took them 3 years, $2.6 billion to open this toll road.
$2.6 billion?
And it just opened last week.
Oh, my God. And
it gets better.
The amazing thing is the construction continues all around that.
Oh, no. You're walking right into the segue here.
Okay.
So apparently, I'm looking for the story here because I want to get this right. Apparently, where this new toll road hooks into, what it hooks into is already obsolete.
Oh, geez.
And the construction will begin on that part of the toll road on July 1st. That would also be known as Saturday. So congratulations,
Wow.
Fort Worth. You had
Wow.
You had a perfect toll road all set up for all of 2 weeks now, and then we're gonna be doing construction yet again.
They were doing the construction before we got here, right? So when we got here in 2012,
yes,
the first day of 2012 is when we got here. That construction is still happening today.
That's accurate.
It's unbelievable.
Well, look, I mean, you got to have people that stand around watching the other people work,
and they do. They do. And you got these closed off sections and the big orange barrels that force you into 1 lane or 2 lanes, and it's been going on like that for 12 years at least.
Let me tell you.
Maybe more.
Let me tell you. So, for about 3-4 months there, my normal way to work, you would get up to, see, it's like crossing the Rubicon at Interstate 35. It's like you don't want to get on it because you'll go nowhere. It doesn't matter what time of day it is or night. It doesn't matter. So I'm just trying to cross over it to come eastward to get to work. And for 3 or 4 months, it was so sporadic, so random, that they would have my route closed. So then you would have to parallel the interstate. And then they would have that route closed. I still can't turn left to go east. I have to keep going south until I can finally find a place to start heading east. This went on for months, man. And you never knew when it was going to be closed.
Yeah. And the other thing is, they're not doing anything most of the time. There's nobody in the area. There's not a single construction worker in sight.
It's madness.
And yet, lanes are blocked off, and exits are closed.
Everybody listening to this conversation has their own
an area like
that in mind. Yeah. They're like, yep, same thing here on the blah, blah, blah. I mean, I don't know what it is. Look.
Eternal construction for eternal cash flow.
See, you know what it is?
Somebody's making money on this.
Wait, we need a word for this. Hang on. So Eisenhower warned us about the military-industrial complex, which has been controlling this nation since November 22nd, 1963, but I digress. But there's got to be a word here. It's got to be like a highway industrial complex, right? It's the same thing. Perpetual construction in all American cities. We got to see who's benefiting from this.
Yep.
Big asphalt.
All right. Meanwhile, we have this person who went shopping at Goodwill, and I guess she had donated some things
I wanted
to Goodwill.
To get your thoughts on this, because I'm torn on this. This lady donates shoes at Goodwill, and then she's shopping there, and she sees the price of them, and she's taking it back. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think about this?
All right.
Yeah, so I donated these shoes last week to the Goodwill. Why they in here for $20? And I donated these a few weeks ago, and they got them in here for $25. Goodwill, it ain't Goodwilling no more.
Goodwill ain't Goodwilling no more. Write that down.
So she thinks it's too much.
Yeah, so she thinks that, why are you...
$20. What? I don't know what that would go for, those
I don't know.
shoes.
I mean, you obviously took good care of them.
Yeah,
yes.
they look new.
Congratulations. But look, once you hand them over, right?
They can do what they want
That's
with them.
not your property anymore. You don't get... Why don't you have a yard sale and try to sell them for $25 and see what happens? I mean, and plus, I mean, it's the spirit of donation, and what's wrong with you?
May violate the spirit of donation just a tad.
Have you ever gone shopping at Goodwill just for the fun of it? It's a great. I mean, I'm not paying $25 for a pair of shoes.
No, me neither.
But I'll buy some shirts that don't fit just because they're fun. You know?
I've been there a few times.
Yeah, I like it there.
Last week, a robot dog was introduced to Congress. How long is it going to take for these things to patrol the streets of every American city?
You don't want Congress.
Here's what they saw.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Why does this feel like the opening scene of a movie?
Yeah. Interesting.
Look at them.
This is that Boston Dynamics dog, right?
Yep.
Been out there for a while.
Looks like my high school algebra teacher, manager.
Like an Avengers movie right now.
Yeah.
Our robot is able to overcome more challenging terrain than similarly sized wheeled or tracked machines. It can move on rocks, sand, hills, ice, and snow, and can climb up and down stairs.
That's cool.
If our robot falls or gets knocked over, it can even operate upside down or can right itself to complete the mission. The Vision 60 can operate in austere environments from minus 40 to 130 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow. So it can't quite handle the Dallas heat this week. So
wait, what's
darn? It can only go up to 130. So damn. I was hoping that could, be used here in Dallas, but obviously it can't.
So
not
we're
when
safe.
It's 175 every day.
So we're safe when the government sends
safe.
those into your neighborhood in mass.
It's too hot in DFW.
Good.
Don't even worry about it.
I don't like the fact that it was cute, when it was just on the internet, viral videos. Now Congress is looking at this. I don't want appropriations for those. I don't want that.
I mean, why else was he there?
Yeah,
other than to sell it to Congress.
Yeah. I'm just wondering how long it takes before Joe Biden says, you need what do you want, an atomic bomb? You want an F-16? You want a robot dog?
Yes.
Yes.
I do.
Check.
At least the robot dog can't bark yet. And that would be an upgrade for my dog right there. Jeez.
When a dog's going to put two and two together and say, like, look, bro, they're bringing stuff for you sometimes. So why don't you back off and stop barking?
Right.
I swear, if I don't get out there and acknowledge that, got it, we're good, done, then it just goes on.
Even when I do that, the barking does not stop. It just doesn't stop.
At some point, because, one of my dogs is very intelligent. At some point, you would assume that his intelligence would put this together and go, wait a minute. Somebody has come up here every day practically.
Yeah.
Maybe it's routine.
Yeah,
maybe I should let it go.
Maybe I don't need to bother with the yapping right now.
Yeah, but then the one time, though, if I let it go, it'll be a bad guy. So I have to keep doing this and annoy the hell out of you for that one time.
Yep, and that's what happens. Trump is apparently, according to this story from the Washington Examiner, Trump is diverting more donations from his PAC to pay for mounting legal fees. Is that okay? You're not supposed to be able to do that, I don't think.
I think it was set up a certain way.
Okay. But former President Trump has shifted more funds that were raised for his 2024 presidential campaign into a political action committee set up to pay his personal legal... Well, there you go. It's for his personal legal fees, right?
It's a shame he even has to do this, though.
Yeah, it is.
This is what is. This is money that could go toward defeating Democrats. Instead, he has to win in court. Frustrating.
Right. When he started his campaign in November, for every dollar raised online, 99 cents was sent to his campaign, with a penny going toward Save America PAC.
Okay.
But sometime in February, he adjusted the split to send 90% of donations to the campaign, 10% to Save America.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So the New York Times is all over this. Thank goodness. Because
the New York Times is all over this.
What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet there's Russian collusion involved? Too?
Oh, definitely.
Bet a lot of that money is coming directly from Vladimir Putin. That's what they should be looking at. Because look how the last Russian collusion thing turned out. So accurate and so devastating to Donald Trump that I think we need it again. We need another of these investigations. And I'm sure based on that, they'll have one. They'll put one together. Apple is going to stop auto-correcting swear words to ducking on their iPhone. They're going to stop correcting?
Yeah, that's one of the most frustrating things.
No more ducking around. Your iPhone is getting an update to its autocorrect feature.
That's good, right? I mean, Chris, how many times you use the word ducking?
17.
17 times in your life?
Yep.
Or per day?
So you kept track?
I did keep track.
Interesting.
It's pretty annoying though when you are in a very heated argument and that goes ducking.
Yeah, it really deflates your point.
And when you tell somebody duck off, they're like, "Wait, what?
I get it.
What? I don't think I understand."
What's frustrating for me is that I have saved the word that I want to use so many times.
Yeah.
I've told the dictionary, yes, this is a word.
You've added it?
I want.
Yeah.
And then it constantly, I don't know if it's an update. I don't know what it is. And then it just vanishes. And I'm like, yes, I have to keep resaving it because otherwise it autocorrects into ducking. When the hell am I going to use the word ducking?
And apparently they're not going to do that anymore.
Well, that's Apple. So Android needs to get on board too.
Many iPhone users know that when you type a certain expletive, it's often replaced with ducking. Thanks to a new machine learning technology, the autocorrect feature is getting a comprehensive update. In the new iOS 17, that's more personalized to each user. In those moments where you just want to type a ducking word, well, the keyboard will learn it too.
Good.
Okay.
And don't ask again.
This is a first world problem, to be sure.
That is awesome.
Right?
That is awesome.
In Zimbabwe right now, nobody's talking about their iPhone changing the F word to a ducking word.
Yeah, maybe they should. Hey, I want to play. Let's have some fun real quick because you know Ben Simmons from the NBA, right? He's a player for is it the Brooklyn Nets or whatever, formerly New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And pro tip: if you ever have a chance to escape New Jersey, do that. But don't run to New York. So I want you to see this. What happened was, before you put this up here, Stephen, Ben Simmons apparently took a selfie, posted it on Instagram, I think it is, realized, oh, wait, I forgot to adjust it. I forgot to manipulate it for the audience here. And then he posted the correct picture, but it was too late. The internet had seen the original. And I want you to compare. See any difference between Ben Simmons on the left and Ben Simmons on the right? Do you see anything different between left, the original post, and right adjusted for consumption?
Oh, my. Boy.
So he has apparently worked out a lot between shots. That's not an NBA physique that he went with. Look at those arms, man.
Wow.
So there is his body on the left, and then after it's been
manipulated, enhanced.
Enhanced
yes.
is the word I'm looking for.
Been enhanced.
So he is.
Jeez.
I mean that
nice.
Is he in the NBA or the NFL? Because my gosh, those arms are just
gigantic.
Ridiculous, bro.
Yeah,
what are you doing with the Photoshop, man? You went a little overboard there, Ben.
Meanwhile, this is a little concerning as well. Forget about Big Brother. A stranger at a coffee shop can watch you and learn virtually everything about you, where you've been, even predict your movements with greater ease and precision than ever before. They've got this AI stuff that will stalk you. All the user would need is a photo of advanced artificial intelligence technology that already exists.
Yeah, all this stuff is out there, man.
There's services online that you can use a photo of you, and then you can find everything. Every instance of your face on the internet, every place you've been, and they can use that for stalker-type purposes. Jeez.
How you feel about this?
Uncomfortable. I'm quite uncomfortable with it. For example, if you run into somebody in public and you're able to get a photo of them, you might be able to find their name in just using online services. And if you pay enough, you might be able to find where they've been and where they might currently be and even predict where they might go in the future. I can't see a problem in this. Can you?
No.
One company, Pim Eyes, which is an online face search engine that scours the internet to reverse image search, is fending off a legal complaint in the UK filed by privacy campaign group Big Brother Watch. The company says its product is intended to allow people to search for publicly available information about themselves, but Big Brother Watch said its uses can be much more sinister and are a great threat to the privacy of millions. Okay, well, good. Nothing to see here. Move along.
I see. There's no problem. I mean, the future looks. I mean, it's great and it's safe.
It looks so bright. You might have to wear shades.
Hold on, I'm a little distracted. An individual who works here with us at the Blaze just walked by, wearing shorts, and his name is Stu Bragier. The man wears a heating blanket in the middle of summer. How is he walking around here? I realize it's 110, but not in that studio.
No, it's about 45 below in this studio. But good for him.
Oh, Glenn's in Utah.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's how.
That's right. Glenn's in St. George, so he's got the studio.
He's got
himself.
the thermostat to himself. Okay, it all makes sense now. Thank you, guys.
By the way, I don't know how many tickets exist still, but if you are anywhere near St. George, Utah, even if you're not, it's worth the trip. Find out if there's still available space on one of the tours, because it's happening for, I think, the next week, or is it 2?
Is it?
It's 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay, so for the next 2 weeks, we've got the incredible mobile museum on display. seems to me I heard the I heard the $75 million worth of stuff.
Oh my gosh!
I heard that figure.
We had a preview of it all out here
just
last
incredible.
week while
It's
they were
gonna be
packing it up.
fantastic.
Some incredible stuff out there.
You'll love it.
And not to mention the fact that St. George, Utah, that southwest corner of the state, is absolutely gorgeous.
It's really beautiful.
So it's worth the trip there.
Plus, it's kind of a nice location where you can get there from Las Vegas or Denver or anywhere around.
Okay, and if you
Salt
want
Lake
tickets,
City.
it's unitedwepledge.org, I'm being told.
All right.
So, yeah.
By the way, Kexi cookies are on the way for those who frequent the museum. We had to do thousands. That's why I was doing dishes at the kitchen this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we needed extra hands on deck to make sure that we were able to fill that order.
How often do you
pretty big one.
end up wearing an apron?
An apron?
Yeah.
Not that often.
When are we going to get some
Not that
apron
often.
shots of Pat Gray on
Next time I'm there, I'll
social
post some
media
on Twitter because I am, of course, Mr. Twitter.
Or you'll just take the picture and send it to somebody who has a login?
Yes, something like that. So we've got overtime coming up, and then we'll see you back here tomorrow for Pat Gray Unleashed.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.